don't be alarmed. You are still in the realm of Finnish sponsorships and events. But today we're going to do it in English because we have a very special guest. I am Jonas Häkkinen. With me, as always, Laura Sandström. And with us today, the LALIGA delegate to the Nordic countries, Mr. Juan Fuentes Fernández. Welcome, Juan and Laura. How are we doing today?
Kiitos, thank you very much, Jonas.
Yeah, you speak Finnish, I see. do you know a lot of words in Finnish?
Not much, not many, but yeah, at least thank you, which is my favorite word in any language. I know how to say it.
Okay, great. So we met in Spot Cruise. It was a few months ago. Do you want to tell us something about that? Did you like it?
It was a great event lasting for a couple of days where I got to know more the association that you represent, also to get in touch with other brand activators, brands, sports organizations in Finland. And it was also a place where I could share with all the audiences what we do in LALIGA and how we engage there in the Finnish market, in the Nordic market, and as well our new global positioning, diversification strategies, and so on. So overall, a great experience. Yeah.
It's really nice to hear that. So what do you do in LALIGA? Can you tell us something about that?
So yeah, of course. So I work for LALIGA, which is the Spanish football league, and I work as delegate of LALIGA to the Nordic countries. I am based in the Nordic region. I am based in Copenhagen, where I oversee the expansion of LALIGA in the whole region, in Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, and Norway. And also when we say expansion, we are not talking only exclusively to maybe commercial development, as some people might believe or might think. We also do stakeholder management. We take care of the relationships with the broadcasters, with media, with fan engagement. We do a lot of events with fans, CSR, and so on. So we have this approach in LALIGA to cultivate the markets and to be there and to be able to do a stakeholder collaboration on different levels to grow the value of LALIGA in the region.
Sounds really good. What kind of thing you do in Finland? Can you tell us more?
So
about
yeah, of course, in Finland, we have the strategic partnership with MTV, which is our broadcaster in Finland, which of course we really take care of this relation, and we try to promote LALIGA in Finland through different campaigns that we do in cooperation with MTV. We just did a week ago one digital campaign around New Year, New Matches to promote the second round of LALIGA. Then also we have a strong partnership with Young University in Jyväskylä, since they have a program in sports management, and Jyväskylä, it's said that is the Finnish capital of sports. So we have been cooperating with them since already, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. And every year we deliver a course on LALIGA. We put the students practical examples as well, and some exercises they should do, real cases, to help us as well grow in LALIGA in the region. And as well, we organize events with them. Last year, we organized a match screening in Jyväskylä, in Proud Mary pub in the center of Jyväskylä, and we show Real Madrid against Real Valladolid. And the students also help us to activate the event, and we got a full bar in Jyväskylä to watch of fans to watch this match. And around 100 people were there, and it was a really interesting project. And then we also collaborate a lot in the realm of startups and innovation, because of course, Finnish is the home of Slash and one of the most innovative countries in the world. So since years ago, we have done mainly 3 key collaborations with 3 startups, Finnish startups. One is called Hell Entertainment. We organize an event with them. Another one is Sub Soccer, which is a very entertaining game of playing like kind of football under a table with your feet. And then recently, a couple of months ago, we released also with another startup focused on mental health, a mental health campaign with On It Sport. So we try to be there for our fans and also to engage in things that matter today and to the society as mental health. And in Finland, we do it a lot with the support of startups. And I think in a nutshell, and with a good summary, this is mainly what we do. And of course, we're always looking for new ways to engage, new potential partnerships, and new players in the country. Also last year, I just remember now, so we collaborated with Helsinki Cup, which is the main football tournament, grassroots football tournament, I will say, in the world, with more than 1,600 teams. And we introduced their LALIGA Grassroots, which is our new training programs that we offer in our center in Madrid. So as you can see, we have a lot of collaborations, not only with the TVs, as is the MTV, but with other stakeholders in football entertainment in Finland.
So one thing comes to mind. You just went through a great, impressive list of things that you guys have done in Finland already. How do you find the Finnish kind of perspective, the Finnish soil, if you will, for sponsorships and companionships and like opportunities for, compared to the ones you face internationally? You have a great experience, vast experience otherwise. How does Finland compare as a partner to LALIGA or something like that? How would you describe it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I belong to the international team where we have people in 45 countries. Before coming to the Nordics, I was in the Middle East in Cairo, based in Cairo for 5 years. So I have also the knowledge of being in such a different market, Nordics versus Middle East. And I think every country is a great partner, but what you have to do is you need to customize, you need to adapt your strategy. I mean, Finland, at the end is a great country, but it's a small economy if you compare it with Spain, or if you compare it, with Egypt, just because of a matter of population. So you need to understand, for instance, in terms of sponsorship, the activation budgets of brands is going to be way smaller than in countries of 400 million people, for 40 million people or 100 million people. So this is my first message. We customize, and when you customize, I think every country is a great, it's a great soil to do any kind of partnerships, because you customize it to the country. So the country always responds and always deliver. So we don't have here the same strategy in Egypt, where we were able to close like huge sponsorship agreements. But here we go more step by step, thinking of, so what is Finland? What are the assets of Finland? And identify education is one of the countries with the best education in the world. Innovation. Also, there is a huge link between Spain and Finland through tourism. I think Spain is the number one touristic destination for Finnish people, or three, depending on how you count it. So understanding the main assets of Finland, I believe, Finland is a great country to partner with, because what we have done so far with startups, innovation, with a university, education, we have done also a very interesting campaign in tourism. And we also were there last year. I didn't comment it, in the tourism fair of Matka, which is happening in January. We had also a stand promoting our new training programs and a museum we just opened in Madrid. So when you touch and when you see what a country is good at, or how you can capitalize a country, understanding its main assets, Finland is a great country, and all the things that we have done have worked really well so far.
One thing that really interests me also is, now that LALIGA's, as I understand it, has made like an entrance to Finland, is there something that Finnish brands or rights holders should be looking at internationally in the ways of expanding their own reach?
I think we should all look always internationally to find inspiration and new models of business development. This is what we have done in LALIGA, and in terms of football, probably we have one of the best, if not the best, football leagues in the world. And we are still looking for inspiration in Finland, in the Nordic countries. I am looking at a lot in the innovation space, because I think you are a powerhouse globally. So we are also getting inspiration here, and new technologies that we can use, new startups that can provide us new services or new products that we can also, acquire. So I think, we definitely should always be looking at international growth. and inspiration, of course. And it's something that we are doing. I think in La Liga we have an interesting space. So I think we are challenging the Premier League, which is probably commercially the biggest football league in the world. So when you are challenging, you need to be in out of the box thinking, and you need to be like an innovator. And for us, deploying people all around the world I think it's a challenging thing, like, because we are in the Nordic countries. As far as I know, there is no one as me in the Nordic countries working for Premier League or even for Manchester City, PSG, Manchester United. I am all alone. So it's interesting to be challenging because you need to develop strategies which are innovative. And also, I think it's great that we are having the first mover advantage, because I am sharing all the things that we do in La Liga, all of our projects. We are very diversified. I can talk, if you want, about the diversification as well as strategy of La Liga, which is really interesting. But to your question, yes, we all need to be looking at inspiration, and depending on your business model and your brand, of course, international development.
So one thing that is very, it's not a hot topic, but it is a point of conversation in the Finnish sponsorship scene, is why we're kind of falling behind in ways, because you work in the Nordics at larger, not only in Finland. Why is Finland, as we kind of perceive it, maybe falling behind from the other Nordic countries when we talk about investment in sponsorship? Are there lessons that we could be already learning about the other countries, or is there something that explains it in your professional opinion?
I mean, I think, when I understand and I analyze the sponsorship market, I think you need to customize more than ever. You need to deliver more interesting activations more than ever. Why? Because at the end, a brand nowadays, they have a budget, and they want also the budget to be allocated, to be diversified. They don't want maybe to put all the money in sponsorship. They also have digital advertisement through Meta, Google, and so on, that gives them very deep analytics on the results that maybe in the past we were lacking in some sports organizations as well. So I think what is happening, and it's not only in Finland, we are seeing a change from sponsorship, I will say, more to partnership. And now in La Liga, for instance, we are doing a lot of joint ventures as well. So I think we need to shape or change a little bit the models when the opportunity arises, and to listen more than ever to brands to see how we can be of a value, at least from sports organizations. And again, coming back to something I already mentioned, since there is this change, you also need, what we have done in La Liga, it's to diversify our offerings. And we have now we are now offering education, know-how. We have training facilities where we are hosting football teams. We have technology as well that we sell to the global ecosystems. We have a lot of offerings in La Liga. And how it works is as well that we are able to use these offerings, which are tangible and sometimes experiences that brands are interested on, not only final consumers. We are also able to put these new projects that we sell into the sponsorships as well. So it's not we are only selling the typical, let's say, IP rights association or some match ticketing. We are able to put in our experience, in our sponsorships, real experiences. And I always share the best case to me is EA Sports, who is the new title of the competition. So our new title sponsor, the big video game, of course, developer. One of the assets they have is that they have these, let's say, spaces in our training facilities, and they have given scholarships to 20 girls through this asset. They have given more than 20 scholarships to girls to play football in our training facilities in Madrid for a year. So you get what we are doing is not only the typical assets as in the past. We are able to put an interesting mix of assets to drive value for the sponsors and to the brands. So I think it's a globally it's been changed, and now you need to provide more metrics, of course, but then more products or a more diversification, let's say, strategy. So the sponsor can really feel the value, not only through the typical sponsorship assets.
Great.
Yeah, I think you are right. We're right for that. But tell us something about the La Liga Academy, because we are thinking about maybe the sport should arrange some education there.
Yeah, so also to make a difference, so we have an educational department which caters to sports management professionals, which is called LALIGA Business School, where we offer master's MBA in sports management in English to professionals as well. And one of the programs they organize is as well La Liga Week, which is for also delegations, like it could be, for instance, with you, Laura, where we invite delegations from all around the world to come to some days in La Liga as well, to meet the professionals, to be given lectures by the professionals, to visit football clubs and so on. But this is for sports management or for managers, let's say for executives, which is run through La Liga Business School, yearly masters and programs like weekly programs. But then we have La Liga Academy, which is football training programs. Yeah. And it's an academy that we have in Madrid, where we are training football players from all around the world, where we are inviting football teams to come and train in La Liga as well for some days to do a training stage in Madrid. So it's two different programs, one dedicated to managers and one dedicated to footballers. Both of them are running and working, and in both of them we have already international students and participants. In our center in Madrid dedicated to football, we have a team which is of players, young footballers who are studying and living there and training there. And we are also hosting football teams to come in a couple of days training stage. So I think it's one of the best assets that we have at La Liga. Why? Because I think we are pioneers. We are really good in training in football development. We have strong grassroots. So now we have this expertise. It's something that we are really good at developing young talents. And we are able to diversify our offerings, offering this expertise.
Sounds really good. So Juan, I hope we see you at the Sport Cruise this year. Are you coming?
I don't know yet the dates, but yeah, I will check
I don't
it out.
either.
It was such a great, thank you very much, Laura, for organizing it. It was such a great place to be. I always say when I go to Finland, and I go to Jyväskylä, to Helsinki, I also went to Slas. When I go to Finland, I always leave Finland with a lot of inspiration. So to me, it's a very special country because I get to know a lot of people working in new projects, innovation, which bring me a lot of inspiration. And your cruise was an example of that as well.
Thank you so much, Laura, and thank you so much, Juan, for giving us your time. We're always so enthusiastic about learning a lot about sponsorship, and your international professional view, I think, brings a lot of value for everyone. We hope to see you around even more in this broadcast. Hope to get you on like our actual podcast one day if you come to Finland. So, but I want to thank you both. It's been a great time talking to you guys.
Thank you, the same. Thank you very much.